Your story for brand marketing, how we've mastered it, and why so many consultants shy away from this topic. This is my online toolbox providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing with a target of online marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads, emphasizing more quality. We do it with a hybrid of education, give you a strategy and implementation support too if you need it. What we also like to remind people before we continue is to please like us on the My Online Toolbox Facebook page or subscribe to us on the My Online Toolbox YouTube channel to be alerted to these posts if you're seeing these throughout other channels. And what we did last week was we began to target what's happening in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years out, starting with a plan. We realize most people do not have a plan, which unfortunately limits your goals and your strategy if you're just walking through the dark and hoping that one day you're going to land to your destination. So we have these weekly posts. Please go to the channels to see these weekly posts. These tend to be the most popular requested copies for us. And in this particular case, we were talking a week ago about simplifying your marketing and targeting quality over quantity. Great episode. Go check it out. But then what we were also doing was introducing, we were very excited last week because we were distracted on our own promotions. We were partnering with a great company called Contractor which is one of the leading software tools. They had a great presentation. Reach out to us if you need help or an introduction to that company. They did a fantastic job. We wanted to thank them for that. And then, right as we were finishing the presentation, we were looking at our emails and realizing that something unique happened, and it is applicable to this week's particular episode, where we saw an email come in from Kitchen and Bath Business. It's important to note that if you Google this, how many subscribers to Kitchen and Bath Business Magazine, you'll see that they have over 100,000 subscribers. And the reason why we need to share this is that we were excited because we noticed as we were looking at that communication that one of our stories pertaining to the dynamics of working with relatives in the construction industry was featured. Fantastic. We didn't even scroll a little bit further down until we realized yet another story that we submitted pertaining to marketing refresher for better business was also there. It was the first time we've ever had in such a large periodical our stories being shared twice in one promotion for them on their monthly promotions. And so here, you could pause this at any time to see these particular stories to just capture the URL. But the first was the dynamics of working with relatives. The second was a marketing refresh for better business. Both well-crafted articles for their subject matter. But what we then did was realize that we are constantly being asked, like anything else in any industry, what makes us different than so and so. And what we've realized is that because we are marketers that have all the background in websites and social media and emails and SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, but the foundation of what we do is helping companies tell their unique story and surrounding all of those technical and social elements around that. So what we'd like to do is make people be aware. The reason why we don't care is that so many consultants shy away from this topic because no matter what they say, whatever they promote and yell and scream and email about their branding or marketing topics, they all gravitate towards the real life scenarios of short-term thinking. This industry is simply inundated by people that simply don't want to think long-term. And right there, if you're not willing to think long term, it's difficult for you to really embrace true story brand marketing. And what happens is whether you're verbalizing it, whether you're writing it, it really doesn't matter. There's either going to be something that takes just a little bit more time for your long term plan or less time and less money for the short term. The problem is the short term's end result appears so fast that people keep repetitively thinking less expensive, shorter example, and all of the marketing consultants and website guys, they're all feeding off that because they're very well aware that most people are not going to get to their long-term results. Even if they pitch it, they don't even promote it themselves, which is why we realize that with all of the other consultants and marketing folks out there, we every once in a while glance at what they post and we realize everybody just keeps talking and talking. There's a picture of them talking endlessly, but it's difficult to really show true examples. Why? because My Online Toolbox doesn't do anything for the short term. We're always doing everything for the long term. So what we're doing today, using those articles as examples, is not the result of us sitting down quickly, creating a story and flashing it out to a large, well-established periodical and letting those stories get there. And that is the point, where when we are helping articulate a story for either ourselves or for our clients, we're packaging it in such a way where it's so unique, as well as focused in on the cosmetics in addition to the SEO, search engine optimization topics, but we're targeting the long term. That right there, in order for anyone to master, really master correctly with quality story brand marketing, you have to embrace, both you and your consultant have to embrace long-term thinking, but not just as a pitch and a quick statement, but as part of what you do on a consistent basis. If ever somebody wants to ask us, rather than us do a sales pitch on these type of presentations, reach out to us, and when we show our hundreds of examples repetitively over years, that is how we show our objective towards true story brand marketing as well as our long-term objectives. You need to embrace those two words, long-term, and when you start to embrace long-term thinking, it's easier for you to take a step back and not feel pressured that you have to do things quicker and cheaper in order to get to where you want to be 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years out. So just like we ask you to do the same thing, to take a step back and think about the long-term objectives and doing it correctly, we too have now redone everything about our basic business class and instead have added hours of education towards helping learn brand marketing in addition to SEO basics. So please go to our website, share with the owners or people within your staff and even programmers for that matter to be able to embrace how to organize yourself for brand marketing at a long-term objective, and of course include SEO basics, because we all want to generate more leads, but don't forget you want to generate more quality leads over a long period of time. This is My Online Toolbox reminding you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.